And today we're talking about the topic of feminism, what it means, and how we can instill that in our children if it is a goal of ours. So today we are welcoming in Dr. Sonora Jah. She's the author of How to Raise a Feminist Son, Motherhood, Masculinity, and the Making of My Family. And I think with a topic like this, context is really, really important. She grew up in Mumbai. Her career has taken her from the Times of India to East Magazine in Singapore to becoming a journalism professor at Seattle University. Full disclosure, that's how I came about her, because my brother was her student and just spoke so highly of her books. So I wanted to bring in Dr. Sonora Jah. Hello, good morning, good to see you.
Good morning, good to see you too.
Well, I have been just devouring this book. It's a delicious read and listen. I love an audiobook, so thank you for putting out that portion of it. But before we get into the book, I would love to hear just like, what is a feminist? What makes one a feminist?
Yeah, at the most basic definition would be a feminist is someone that believes in the full humanity of women, that believes that women have opinions that need to be heard, that they have agency over their own decisions, their bodies, that they are deserving of leadership positions, that they are deserving of being believed when they accuse someone of sexual harassment, for instance. So really just believing that they are complete human beings. And if you just believe they're complete human beings, you begin to realize that there are so many inequities against them. And so then you fight for those equities, and that makes you an active, participating feminist.
And I have to be honest with you, when I hear that definition, I think, my gosh, I'm a feminist. But I think that feminism comes from a place of non-judgment, so I'm hoping I can say this without your judgment. When I heard about the title, I thought, you know, I don't know if I need to read that. And thank God I did, because I did need to read it. Can you explain why we would want to, you know, as mothers or just people of the world, learn about how to raise a feminist child, or specifically a feminist son?
Yeah, you're so right. You know, the word is so loaded, and the term across the world, people have different associations with it. But when you bring it down to that definition of, you know, wanting to raise someone that believes in the full humanity of women, you start to realize that a lot of the problems that we have today stem from this thing called toxic masculinity. Now, that is another really loaded term. It sounds like you're saying that all masculinity is toxic, but it really is saying let's embrace a gentler, more tender masculinity, which our men are really capable of. Because we're seeing that a lot of issues that we have today, like, you know, even as something as simple as wearing masks, that we think that that's an affront to masculinity. And look where it's getting us. You know, our leaders are responding from a place of masculine swagger, what they believe to be tough, and you know, you shouldn't look like you're weak, and that's causing people to die. And we're seeing boys being alienated and taking to guns and shooting people, and those are just the extreme examples. And we have the smaller examples of boys not being able to cry and to be tender and to connect with other people, and to say that, okay, you don't have to be stoic, you can be tender, and you can reach out to someone if you want to talk. So it's, I think, beneficial to all of us in society, and it's beneficial to boys to raise them to be feminists, to tap into a tender masculinity.
I hear you fully. What a great real world example of what's happening, really, you know, right under our noses. What are some of the challenges associated with raising a feminist son?
Well, I've seen all the challenges, you know, right from the stories that we tell, you know, the nursery rhymes and the fairy tales that we tell our kids, to the video games that they play, to the messages that they get from society that, oh, you need to, you know, be dominant, and you need to have so many women, and you need to be sexual by a certain age, and all of these will determine whether you're a masculine male, or whether you're, you know, all the derogatory terms that we can think of for tender and sweet boys. So I've seen that, you know, the need to seem very much stronger than you are. That you know, the culture is constantly telling our boys that they need to be aloof and not to reach out. That they need to seem like they know everything, that they are more knowledgeable, that they need to be leaders all the time instead of letting women lead them and other people, across gender, LGBTQ people lead them. When they start to realize that being led is as important as leading, we have reached somewhere. So, and that's full of challenges. Our society is putting all these challenges toward us.
My gosh, thank you so much, Dr. Sonora Jha, for your time today. I have so many more questions, but I hope that this just really gets people thinking. And I want to give everybody a reminder about the book. Again, it's How to Raise a Feminist Son, Motherhood, Masculinity, and the Making of My Family. Her website's up on the screen. And also, the timing could not be better. She's having a YouTube live event tomorrow. It's tomorrow evening. And if you're looking for it, just search Hedgebrook on YouTube for the YouTube channel, and we'll link it up on CW33.com as well.